Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams with Scrapbook Expo, and thanks for joining me for another edition of Inspiration Station. Today I'm going to share with you a card set that I've created using the Simple Stories Claws & Company collection along with a few other embellishments. These cards I created in just a few minutes and were very quick and really easy to create. So I wanted to walk you through how I created one of these cards. As you can see, I've got a few different pieces here from the Claws & Company collection. I have the bits and pieces, the die cuts, the designer washi tape, the paper tape, and then this is the snap pack. And there are lots and lots of little pieces in this one. Today we're going to be using the 4x6 journaling cards. I'm using some cards card bases from American Craft that are the A7 size. So they're a 5x7 inch card. So they're a little bit bigger than your traditional, I believe it's an A2 size. I've got these adorable glitter stars that are also from American Crafts, and then a little bit of baker's twine, and this is from Doodlebug. And then I'm also using pattern paper from the Simple Stories Claws & Company collection. So to get started here, I've got my card base. And then I've pre-cut a piece of pattern paper to just a little bit smaller than my card base. So I believe it's 6 3/4 and 4 3/4. And I'm just going to adhere that. This is just a personal preference. I like the background on my card to be just slightly smaller than the card base, so it's got that white border. Okay, and then I've picked this card. It says, "May your days be merry and bright," and this is also from the Snap Pack. And I'm just going to take some of this baker's twine and I'm going to wrap it around this card just a few times. I'm going to make sure that I've got enough twine here so that I can tie a bow. And I'm just going to quickly tie a bow right here. I want it kind of towards the top of the card. So we're going to tie this bow, and I'm just going to pull the ends here until I have it exactly how I want. And I'm going to leave these tails a little bit longer for just a minute. I'm going to spread out these kind of the ends of the baker's twine just really quick. And then I'm going to check for placement. I want to use one of these gold stars. And I want to add it just so that you can see the bow still. And that's why I kind of want the bow bigger. So I'm going to add that right there. Kind of pull my baker's twine up there on top. And now that I'm sure that that's where I want this star, I'm going to clip the ends of my baker's twine. And then I'm going to take my tiny attacher, and I'm just going to put a staple on either end of this so that it will stay in place. And then I am going to take my adhesive and just put a little bit on the back. I'm going to be careful not to get it too close to the corners, and you'll see why in just a moment. I'm going to add that right there. And then just for a little bit of extra, for just an additional layer, I'm going to add some craft colored self-adhesive photo corners. I just picked these up at my local craft store. I use them all the time. I find that they just give an extra fun little detail. And that's why I wanted to be careful. It looks like I may have gotten it too close on that one side. My adhesive too close to the edge. So if you keep the adhesive away from that far edge, it just won't get in your way when you go to put the photo corners on. But I like to use an adhesive and photo corners, especially if they're going in the mail, just for a little bit of added, just to make sure, I guess, everything is stuck together really good. And that's why I'm going to add just another little pop dot right under the point of this star. Just to make sure that it stays in place. And there you have it. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll join me again next week for another edition of Inspiration Station.